Hello, I'm Danielle Mercurio, and welcome to the full moon in Leo. This is one of my favorite cosmic dates of the astrological calendar because I am a Leo sun, a Leo moon, and a Leo rising. Doesn't get old, and I really love representing what is happening in these times. And so the Leo full moon is occurring on January 28th at 2:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and will run through the 30th at 3:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So during this window, we're really working with this notion of heat, of warmth, of reigniting your fire, and doing it in a way that will be sustainable as we continue to move into this year, as opposed to trying to maintain the disorder that you're witnessing currently in your life, where you're getting burnt out, where you're not reserving your own personal resources, where every time you try to move something forward, it seems to kind of repel back, or you have too much energy and you pile up more than you think that or you pile up so much and then you realize like, whoa, this is too much, this isn't manageable, this isn't actually doable, and now I'm not doing anything at all. So the Leo full moon is going to restore that and bring some harmony around your energy, and also where you need to rest and create space so that things can actually happen. So often we think I have to work harder to achieve my dreams, to match my goals, to make things happen, to get results, to feel validated, to feel accomplished. That is not how it works. That's what someone else told you so that it could keep working for them. Ooh, I'm going to tell that person to overwork while I'm over here doing my thing. That's not great. We don't want that, right? What we want is finding your own strength, your own system, your own way to manage your life going forward so that you feel confident and capable and more in charge of the direction you're going, as opposed to feeling charged by the way that everybody else is telling you to do things. That's a lot of the redirection that we'll see with this full moon. What's also really nice about it is I'm calling it our summer moon within a dark winter. So for many of us, we are in winter right now. We will be for a little bit longer, and it could be cold. It could be, adding that extra chill to our bones. And so the summer moon, the Leo energy, kind of brings in a little bit of warmth, reminds us to light the fire if you're feeling cold. Here's something to move your energy if you're feeling stagnant. Okay, so we want to kind of think of that notion, summer moon within the dark winter. Further, what's really amazing about this Leo moon that's very special from other Leo full moons that we've had in the past is that it's creating a really interesting and rare gateway to the Leo new moon that will be happening on 8/8, which aligns with Lion's Gate. So what happens essentially when, again, this is very rare that we have a new moon on Lion's Gate. So this full moon is a really crucial kind of halfway point from 8/8 of 2020. Now, if you participated in my Lionsgate experience or somebody else's, or you're new to Lionsgate, essentially what happened on 8/8/2020 is kind of reaching its halfway point, okay? So we're kind of at the halfway point of last Leo season, and we're able to see, okay, the last 6 months have kind of been like an experiment. I've released this, I've tried this, I let go of this, I'm moving this forward. This seems a little bit wonky. Where do I want to go from here? Okay, and so this full moon gives us that leverage, gives us that opportunity to say, okay, here's what's working for me, here's what's not, here's where I'm still getting frustrated, here's where I'm not quite getting my footing. I want to really acknowledge what I want to take with me into this new threshold, to the 8/8 Lionsgate, new moon. And I also want to honor and recognize what isn't coming into that new portal with me, right? If you were being taken literally into this portal, would you want to bring a ton of baggage? Would you want to bring a ton of situations and circumstances that you don't want into that portal with you? Very likely you'll drop out. You'll fall, and it won't be able to carry you into kind of the next gateway, so to speak. All right. So we want to think about it from that perspective. If you knew that you were kind of being taken into this new threshold, this new entryway, this new like secret passage, if you will, would you take what you really needed, or would you bring everything with you? Think about that. So often We bring the things that bring us discomfort because we've convinced ourselves that it's comfortable. We've convinced ourselves that, we needed a little bit more. And, this is about releasing the past. This is about releasing what other people expect of you. This is about releasing, oh, well, I have to do this because this person expects that of me. I have to do this because, I have to fulfill this thing before I can move on to this thing, right? Notice the excuses that you've been making to appease the world. What have you been saying, and where have you been lying to yourself because you're trying to fit in? Because you're trying to do right by the world, because you're trying to give everybody else a turn. Okay, this isn't about giving everybody else a turn right now. Likely, if you have that mentality, I work with a lot of individuals that are always afraid of taking advantage of other people, making sure that everybody has room at the table. Trust me, if you feel that way, you're good. You're not taking advantage of everyone. You're always setting up room for everybody at the table. But once in a while, you get to be at the head of the table. Okay, this isn't about serving everybody else at the table and saying, here you go, here you go. Here, you sit in the front. Here, you have dessert. Here, you have this. I'll go clean up. No, it's saying, you know what? I set the table. I'm going to sit at the head of it this time. I'm going to rightfully take my place at the front. I deserve a turn too. This Leo full moon is saying you deserve a turn too, because you have to. If not now, when? When is it going to be your turn if you keep giving it away? If you keep saying, oh, well, I don't want to bother anybody. Oh, I don't want to be a nuisance. I don't want to bore someone. What does that have to do with you? When your life reaches the close of the chapter and you get up to the celestial heavens and you review what your soul was supposed to do, and you're like, oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah, I thought I was supposed to do that. Oh, and that thing, yeah. I was gonna do that, but I didn't want to bother anybody, and oh, that thing there, I figured I would get to it eventually. And then you're just kind of looking at all the things that you put off in this life because of other people. But when you get to the other side, is that really going to matter? Are the other people going to be on the other side also bothering you and having all these expectations of you, and you're going to have all this work to do in the heavens? No, all of that gets erased, right? So all the comparison, all the reasons why you need to feel like you fit in, they all go away. Okay? They all go away when this journey ends. So why don't you just let them go away now and keep moving through your journey so you don't have to repeat it the next time around? You get to do something else. Don't you want to do something else in the next round, or do you want to do this all over again? It's up to you, right? So this is about making a choice to say, where am I dedicating my energy? What is it that I really want to move into? What have I noticed over the last half of the year that hasn't quite been moving forward? Where I've been procrastinating, where I've been perfecting, where I've been waiting for the right moment, where I've been piling up more things on my to-do list, because once I do those things, then I can do that thing. Okay, these are all things that we want to think about. And we want to look at, of course, our current circumstances globally and understanding that, yes, there are restrictions, there are limitations. However, that doesn't mean you wait. That doesn't mean that you hold back. It means I am willing to be the change in an unpredictable world. When my circumstances are unknown, the only known thing that I can tap into is myself, is my truth, is my soul. And I'm going to give myself that permission to go there. And that's what this Leo full moon is helping us do. It is helping us pivot so that 6 months from now, when we step into the new moon in Leo, when we step into the Lion's Gate of 8-8, it is so easy to activate to the next level. You are so clear. You are so much more confident. You have your footing. You have your ground. You're ready to roar. You're trusting your animal instincts. Okay, let's think about your primal instincts that live inside of you that have nothing to do with this world set up around you. Yes, you chose here to be in this world. Yes, you knew that there would be whatever it is that you're witnessing right now. Yet at the same time, if you go beyond that, if you go to the higher perspective, if you go to your higher being, you start to see, you start to recognize that there's so much more that you could accomplish, that you could do within this world that you chose. It's not about fitting into this world. It's about being the change within it. It's about recognizing that you have something really beautiful to offer, that's different, that's unique, that's special. And are you willing, are you ready to allow that to start to come forth? And it's not going to happen overnight. That's why we have a 6-month journey with this, okay? We have 6 months to figure it out. But within that 6 months, it's about allowing yourself to sit down and say, first of all, what's not coming with me? What is too heavy to bring into this new frequency? Okay, what is just gonna, after a while, I'm just gonna throw out my back here, right? Lion, Leo is all about having a strong backbone, having an open heart, okay? So, if you're hunched over like this because everything's so heavy, how are you gonna elevate? How are you gonna rise up and be that leader, okay? So what's too much? What do I need to release? What tendencies, what circumstances am I finally ready to just say enough? And the ego's going to intervene. The ego is going to say, ooh, but you need that because you need this, because you need that, and you need this. And, it creates this complicated like algebra formula calculation thing that, like, again, that was not my thing. Math, not my sport. Studies and schooling the way other people wanted to do it, not my jam, right? And so if I continue to fixate on that and say, well, you need to keep doing, the way that everybody has it set out, you need to do this to feel accomplished, you need this to get the reward, you need this to get this, whatever it may be, then I would still be working on those things. I would still be stuck in trying to get the good report card. I'd be stuck in trying to get the certification. I'd be stuck in trying to figure out the formula that everybody else, is saying that you have to do. Why? They're just saying it because they think that you're supposed to. They don't really know why either. So it's like, why are we doing this? None of this is real. What's real to you? What is real to you and what is not real to you? And are you willing to let it go? And are you willing to bypass your ego that says you need it so? Then you move into a space of where we are now. What in my present situation feels really good? Feels like I could get excited about? Feels like I'm willing to dedicate some time and some energy and some momentum into? And how can I do it in a way that feels reasonable, that feels manageable? We get really excited and we kind of overwhelm our system, and then we burn out. We don't want to access burnout with this moon. We want to reignite our fire and warm up our bones and where we've been feeling a little sluggish and where we're not quite getting our groove. But at the same time, we don't want to bring so much heat that we topple over. Okay? So we can use this energy of the full moon to burn off the baggage, what we don't need anymore, and call in, reignite, light a fire under the things that we do want to move forward. Now, again, we are still in winter. We still want to make sure that we're weaving in rest, we're weaving in downtime, we're weaving in space, situations where we're pulling back from our phone, not always needing to feel on and, on high alert all the time. Very important. And we'll be working with that in my workshop that I'm holding tonight that's available. You can do it with us live. We're going to be doing it 5 hours after the full moon hits. The full moon's hitting at 2:18. And I wanted, since this is a 5-year, we're going to begin 5 hours into the full moon. And then we'll be working through until you'll actually be in the Lion's Gate with me at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is kind of cool. And then we'll finish out at 8:30. But the replay will be available, and I encourage you to do it anytime until Saturday morning. So the experience is working on literally what we've been talking about. You're going to be going on a guided visualization journey where we're going to move into the Leo full moon energy, revisit the Lion's Gate, and we're also going to kind of access the Lion Council. And the Lion Council are these really beautiful, just lion animal guides that kind of live up in the cosmic sphere, that have a lot of wisdom and a lot of guidance for us. And so we'll be able to talk to them, be able to harness our own animal instinct within ourselves so that we can use that going forward and understand with more clarity how to move into the Lion's Gate on 8/8. So if you're interested, link in bio. If this is jiving with you, comment, share with your friend, repost on your IG stories. It lights me up when I see you reshare. You glow my triple Leo heart. So I adore you on this very special day. I'm here in St. Pete, which is one of my favorite lion cities in the world. And it's so fantastic to hold space for you. Happy Leo full moon, lion, lioness, and I hope to see you in the workshop or as part of the replay.